It's time for the hottest show in America. It's time for the Al Rucker Show, where you get the 411 from A to Z, special guests, and much, much more. So buckle up for a wild, wild ride. The Al Rucker Show starts now.
Thank you for tuning in for the second hour of the Al Rucker Show. You got Seven the Poet, you got Nikki Woods, you got myself, and we got comedian Grossman still sitting in here. We don't know why, but he's in here.
They put me in here. They called me and told me where it was at. That's why I'm here.
I can't. It took you a minute to get here.
It did.
How many transfers did it take?
3.
3 bus transfers?
Yeah, I got out of town.
Why you ain't call Metro Live? Ain't that on your benefits?
They wouldn't let me on there. It caught me walking normal.
Okay. Nikki, what we got going on?
We are going to continue with our Canal Street movie takeover. We're going to talk to Giovanni Watson. Also, Ask Al. We're going to solve some problems. Relationship discussion during Out Front with Stephen James Dixon. And then we also have the Ass of the Week. So all of that is on the way. But first, Gallant, and it doesn't matter. Right here on the Al Rucker Show.
I'm a relationship expert.
Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show. And you got Seven the Poet as always.
Say, man.
You got Nikki Woods.
Good.
And you got myself, Al Rucker. And we got some special guests in the house. Nikki, what we got going on?
Well, I am really excited. We have a new film that's coming out. It's called Canal Street. And especially in the time that we're in, it's extremely important that people see this movie, talk about the message. And luckily enough for us, we have 2 of the people behind the film in studio with us. Canal Street crosses economic, racial, religious, and social boundaries to get at the broken heart of modern America. We have director Ryan Lamar, who is on his way to becoming one of the hottest young filmmakers in America. And then we also have Bishop Eric Garnes, and I love your he is a modern day visionary, a minister of protocol trailblazer, and a magnanimous shepherd.
Magnanimous.
Who did you pay to write that for you? That is awesome. Like
magnanimous is definitely a paid for word. People don't just say that.
I thought
I was good, and it's not in my bio.
I thought the last time I heard magnanimous, it was in a TV show.
No,
Magnum, the PI.
Yeah. No, but I'm thinking of Megatron.
I actually used the word the other night.
What you do?
I was talking to this young lady at the bar.
We ain't talking about
said,
magnums.
He's a bishop.
Yeah, the conversation just took a turn. Yeah.
Bishops use magnums?
Let's talk about Canal Street. And he's like, yeah, we do. You're not going to get involved. I'm not going to let you get in the weeds on this
he
one.
Better not be using. He married. Hey, Bishop married.
But I bet they armor bearers got magnums. But you know it's guns in the church now? Ain't no baby. Boy, God.
You better have guns in the church.
Okay, let's focus.
Right,
thank you. Let's talk about Canal Street. Where did the concept, Ryan, come from now? Or where did it start? Tell us how it got started.
So this script was written in 2005, believe it or not.
Wow.
We, packed our bags and moved to LA and banged on some doors until Hollywood finally opened it up in 2016. I met gentlemen like Bishop Garnes and Kevin Mullins and Amir Wyndham over here.
Wow.
And we just hit that pavement and really was able to make the film.
So what was it about the script that you believed in so much, Bishop, that you had to, it took 11 years, that you stayed with it for 13 years.
I think the power of the script that really caught my attention had to do with the idea that we get to spread the good news outside of the traditional base of how people hear good news. They're used to coming into the box, 4 walls, and a person standing at a pulpit. We get to give a good message, the gospel, by way of the silver screen, as well as the social justice piece that was a necessity for people to hear. As a result of reading that script, hearing the voice of Ryan, the 2 of us sitting down, said this is something we need to push straight across the board, faith-based, as well as those who are not on their faith-based piece.
I'm just waiting on that.
I love it though.
Give me a prayer reel.
It's like I want to go in my purse and get a Halls, but he's like, that's just the way it is.
No.
But look at the timing of it though. I mean, if this had happened in 2005, do you think that it would have been as impactful?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, in 2005 we went from 2005 to 2008. Me and my producing partners could not get anybody to get past the concept. I don't want to give too much away at the ending, but they just said, it's too harsh, it was too rough, and we just kept getting no's all across the place. Bernie Mac was actually one of the first actors to attach himself to the project.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
he was.
Oh, wow.
You know, and so that'll tell you how far back we've been trying to get this film out there.
Wow.
Somebody must die at the end. He's
I'm
not
not-
gonna give it up.
Nobody's
I
saying
threw that out there
anything.
like he going. Well, nobody.
I would say this: nobody has seen the ending coming.
That's correct.
So
Well, everybody died in.
Yeah. Pastor, anybody die?
this is not Avengers.
You must get to see Canal Street and to see the movie when it comes out on 1/18/19 and Martin Luther King weekend. Then you'll know exactly what took place in that movie. You've got to get to the movies to see this.
That's
what's
big.
up.
Well,
It is.
Bernie Mac, I mean, obviously would have been a big draw, but you have some huge names attached to this project. You want to tell us some of the people that are involved?
Absolutely. Bryce Share Gray, Hakeem from Empire, Woody McClain, Mekhi Phifer, Michael T. Williamson, Lance Reddick, Jamie Hector, Harry Lennox, and the list goes on and on and on. And these brothers really came behind the project, supported the vision, left their egos aside and really got into that independent visionary film. And they just said yes. People are always like, well, how'd you get them attached?
Just
Man,
ask.
we had a great story, and we just asked and they said yes. As long as you can get us out in 3 days, because I got to go back overseas to make this real bag.
Real money. Yeah.
That's what's up.
That's awesome. And so, and talk a little bit, because I think that you say 13 years. And so, we can't really imagine like staying with a project. Like, how difficult was it for you all to maintain the faith, to make sure that this was brought to fruition?
Well, look, I'll just say this. I mean, me and John Knitter, one of my writing partners, we lived in a U-Haul van in Van Nuys for a year.
Are you
Slept
really?
Real. This is real talk.
Real story.
Wow.
We slept on the streets. I mean, we really lived that true Hollywood story, but we believed in it. God just kept waking me up every morning and telling me, look, I have not brought you this far just to have you pack your bags, because I could have went home.
But you weren't like, but God, a U-Haul? Like, really?
Hey, look. It was look. We was making. We had got evicted, and we had these. we had video games, and we would pawn them, and the motels was too expensive. So I've always been a hustler. So I was like, look, let's just rent a U-Haul van. We can rent it like it's a mobile home, and then we could save up our bread. So that's what we did.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. I have some functional questions.
Okay.
Yeah,
Please ask your functional question.
I am. One, how much does it cost to rent a U-Haul in L.A.? We've been waiting on Al with this apartment. I'm tired. I'm finna leave.
I just left. I just left.
Did you return the U-Haul though?
No, I didn't have to get a U-Haul. I'm not gonna do no U-Haul.
Yeah, but I might have to. So look.
No, you're not. I got an extra room for you. You good to go?
Okay,
Just
cool.
leave that functional question alone.
AC. How did y'all work the AC in the U-Haul?
Oh, we didn't have the AC running.
No,
This
yeah,
man
at night in LA it's cold, so you just let the windows down.
This man is a
I would
full-blooded G.
Yeah, I put the clothes on the window so that I had my own privacy in the front. John,
Oh, he had a private suite.
He did.
Yeah, I was in the front. John was in the back because we weren't going to be late.
And I think that,
Yeah.
but I think that that's so important that you share that, because I think people were like, oh, they wrote a script, they went to Hollywood, it got made, now they're rich, end of story. And they don't really realize the commitment and the sacrifice
right.
and all of that goes into realizing your dream.
No, nobody ever thinks about that part.
No.
And then, Nikki, when you were talking about how do you keep the faith for 13 years, man, when you believe in something, you believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We see people in relationships that they absolutely should not have any faith in, but they stay for years. And I mean, I know what it feels like to birth something from inside of you, a thought, an idea. You just don't. Yeah, you just don't
Just don't give
abandon
up on-
that.
yeah, you
But
don't give
the
up on-
movie is going to show you exactly how that works. When you see Canal Street,
Okay.
you'll see what it takes to stay in the faith, having gone through what he's going through.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
tell us how we can get more information on the film. It's coming out Martin Luther King weekend.
Yeah, 1/18/19. You can reach us out on all our social media platforms at Canal Street Movie, and just go support Black cinema, diverse filmmaking.
All right. All right. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, the good bishop.
I think you're welcome. Thank you.
We appreciate you hanging out with us.
I'm gonna do my voice.
I know. Now, when I do my voice like that, it's gonna be a problem.
Oh no.
Say.
No.
Say, Al,
We gonna do
you
that.
with that voice does not make you magnanimous. It doesn't. It don't.
It's a radio voice. So you
We got more on the Al Rucker Show.
Yeah.
That is coming
Praise
up.
the Lord.
See, we got Out
on
Front,
down,
Ask
give it up
Al,
tides.
and Ass of the Week.
Ass of the week.
Yeah.
You can't say that in the bishop.
Oh,
If he can say
Man,
Mac,
listen.
I can say it.
there's
all
so many
good.
cuss words in the Bible.
We'll be right back.
They are.
Al
Ask
Rucker
Bishop.
Show.
What's up, y'all? This your boy, Comedian Grossman. Let me tell y'all something right quick. The reason why I like older women. I can't date younger women. Younger women, if you in your 20s, don't even talk to me because you don't know how to go to bed. You run your light bill up. Light bill be $400. I like older women. Older women go to bed about 3 o'clock. It's sleepy at 3:30. Turn all the lights off in the house. I mean, all light. They even take the light out the refrigerator. I said, I don't want no lights on. And when you was young, everybody had to get in that tub. Everybody in the tub. That water be dirty as hell, but you gonna get in that water. And then we got to go to bed. That bed be so high. That's the first bunk bed I ever seen in my life. That's the original bunk bed. You remember you was young and that fan be blowing in the window? What's the first thing you do? That's the best thing you could ever do. And what's your favorite meal? Before grandmama say, hey, y'all go in there and get y'all a third sandwich. I'm Comedian Grossman. We out of here.
Thank you for tuning into the Al Rucker Show. What you laughing at?
I'm laughing at you.
I'm looking over my notes.
Is that what you're doing?
I'm trying to be on top of things.
Well, let me not stand in your way.
All right, then. Well, as always, we want to welcome everybody for listening to the Al Rucker Show.
Absolutely.
You got Nikki Woods. You got myself. And you got Seven the Poet.
Chirp, chirp.
How you guys been?
It has been a really wet week around the whole of Americas. I mean,
Okay.
raining.
Okay,
Raining.
that's
Yeah,
out.
your
So
eyes rolled in your head.
didn't think-
I didn't even look up.
You didn't look up this?
I didn't even look up.
I
Al.
just meant raining. It's been raining a lot. It's been
really
raining
has.
a lot. And even in places like Houston, Dallas, even
Yeah.
places they're not experiencing hurricanes, it's just been
but
raining.
man,
I
you saw
love
that-
the rain.
That hurricane came through Florida so fast.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
And I got people live in Florida, but they live in Orlando, so they didn't get affected as much. And I got people live in Augusta, Georgia, so they got the tropical storm part came through. They say like early in the morning, but it didn't do that much damage.
You know what I love, and I'm not like a big Facebook person, but I love now that people can check in on
Yeah.
Facebook and say that they're safe, so you
They
don't have
say-
to call all your people. You
Yeah.
can just look on Facebook and see who is checked in and who is safe.
Yeah,
I appreciate
yeah,
Facebook for that.
Yeah, but I don't check in during hurricanes.
What do you do?
I have storm parties.
I sleep. I get the best sleep.
I invite
Yeah.
a significant over, and we puzzle by candlelight.
Yeah, you
while
puzzle.
drinking wine. What,
There's
nigga?
just so many wrong things happening
Puzzling
there.
by candlelight.
I don't. It just sounds nasty. I know you.
Puzzling.
Yeah, but
Putting
it's-
together a puzzle
It's
is nasty.
You,
By
it's
candlelight?
you.
You are the most prude.
It's
Oh,
you.
because it's me.
It's
It's
'cause it's
nasty.
you.
You don't think that's romantic?
Putting a puzzle. I do. Actually, I do. Like play chess by candlelight and all that stuff. Like that's good
Oh, but
for
when
me.
you do it, it's
But it-
not nasty.
Well,
But
it
when
doesn't, but
I,
when you say puzzling, it just sounds like. Ew.
what is it? What is it?
No.
What is it?
We got. You know what? We got a great show. I am
I'm
so
trying-
excited
I'm
about
trying
the
to-
show today.
I'm trying to figure out why it's nasty for you, Seven.
I'm just saying. I am so excited about the show today. We have Reverend Jamal Bryant on the show,
Yeah,
who is like, I think you all are going to be BFFs by the time the show is over.
yeah.
Yeah. We're going to talk to little JJ. He's going to come by. And then we've got one of the stars from Luke Cage, the Netflix Marvel original flick. He's going
You
to
know
come
what?
by.
I like that show.
I do too.
I like that. I started
like
watching.
Luke
I started
Cage.
watching that.
Everybody been on Black Lightning lately.
Okay,
Like
well, we
what?
like Luke Cage. We're going to talk about that.
I like them both. I like them.
Okay.
Well,
all right.
we like Mary J. Blige too, so we're going to let her sing while we go to break. We're going
Okay.
to let her sing a little bit. Go on, Mary J. You sing. We'll be back. Al Rucker Show.
Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show. As always, you got Seven the Poet, you got
Chirp,
Nikki Woods,
Oh
and
my
you got Al Rucker myself. Nikki, what we got going on? You got
We
this
also
brother
got
on the line.
Jaden Kane on the line. Woo! So,
Well.
so you, if you have not seen him, well, you've seen him. So let me let you know who he is. He was Taraji P. Henson in Hidden Figures. He played her father. He also is a regular on Luke Cage on the Netflix Marvel. He's done a ton of stuff, but he is also just an extremely nice guy. So welcome to the show, Mr. Jaden Kane. How are you?
Thank you. I'm so good. I'm sitting here at the crib in my pajamas talking to the woods and Mr. Rucker.
Talking to the wood.
Oh,
I don't
good.
even know. So Luke Cage, let's talk a little bit about that. Were you guys expecting like all of the fanfare that you guys got with that?
We really did expect a high turnout. We didn't expect to crash Netflix. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but first season it came on, it was down for about 42 minutes internationally because so many people tuned into the show.
Yeah.
That wasn't expected. So that was one of those landmark moments.
Right.
We was like, damn, okay. But you know, it was long overdue that there would be a show based on a black superhero that wasn't necessarily Blade, something that was more an auditoire to like the 80s and the 70s, just, you know, growing up in that time in New York, and the fact that he wears a hoodie was very significant in terms of, you know, issues like Trayvon Martin and others that we've been dealing with currently. So yeah, we figured it would be a nice turnout, and it was.
And so how did you get your role? What was that process like?
Okay, so I was actually working down south at the time. I was heavily recurring on a show called The Vampire Diaries, and one of the producers for The Diaries was actually teaming up with Cheo, I believe, at the time. And I think that's how they first found out about me, but I still wasn't on the board yet. And my agent in New York hit me up and said, listen, you know, they're doing an actual show of the comic book, Luke Cage. And I said, what? Wait a moment. That was one of my favorite joints. You know, I was a big comic book nerd when I was a kid, man. I had boxes and boxes all wrapped in plastic.
Wow.
I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I do.
saying? Original comic book head.
Yeah.
And you know what? Someone permanently borrowed them damn comics from me, man.
Jaden, come back.
Somebody
Come
old.
back, Jay.
Say
All
you-
right.
Come back, Jay.
I'm gonna come back.
You went off there.
Side note, right? So I got the audition, and then I subsequently auditioned for 7 other roles.
In Luke Cage?
Now, yeah,
Really?
for 7 other roles. Zip actually wasn't in the original script. But Cheo told me once I was hired that he loved my auditions so much that they had Stan Lee actually write me in.
Wow.
Stan Lee
Yeah.
wrote you in?
Yeah, he had
that's
to
huge.
co-sign that
That's
because you know
huge.
this is all Marvel. This is Stan Lee's baby. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Right,
of
but how
course,
does it feel
Chael
going for
Hardwick,
having...
the EP. I'm sorry, what was that?
No, I was going to say, but how does it go from like being a little kid and having all those comic books to now being in a Marvel movie and having the creator of Marvel like write you in because he loves you so much?
Oh, you know what? It didn't really hit me until I got this email, and it's very, very cryptic. They have this program called the Fifth Element, and there's all these back doors, and it looks like something out of the Matrix, right? And when they first send you that email, it says, "Welcome to Marvel." That's when it actually hit me. So I was already cast. I just didn't have any information. Even when the scripts came in, within the same episode, we wouldn't even know what was going on in the same episode. I mean, they made sure we had as little information as possible, which is oftentimes really challenging for us as actors because we don't know if we're going to start the episode at the end, at the
Right.
middle, or at the beginning. You know, oftentimes it's out of sync, right? So we have to prepare ourselves emotionally and mentally and know where we're going to be at any given point in time. And we had none of that. Mike Coulter didn't even have that. Rosario didn't have that. We were all in the dark, right?
Wow.
Let
So
me
it
ask
was
you,
really a roller coaster ride.
Jaden, listening to you talk,
Yeah.
man, I'm really excited.
Right.
You know, comic book nerd, Marvel enthusiast.
Right.
You know, I transformed my garage into the Batcave, like
Okay,
as a grown man.
Yo.
So, like,
Now.
I want to ask you, You know, since you've been around Stan Lee, you've been working with Marvel. Have you noticed anything different about yourself? Like, you you walk in the bathroom and the toothpaste start to levitate or something like that. What? Why can't?
Not quite. But my imagination has actually stretched a lot.
Okay.
I will say that since I joined the Marvel family, I have a lot more recognition from brothers and sisters now, because I don't know how much of our fan base was actually with the Vampire Diaries.
Right.
Yeah. It was just like a different type of thing. So that was good.
Cool.
'Cause I think Tyler Perry passed on me a few times, but
That's okay.
But Jay, tell me,
that's okay.
That's okay.
TP, it's all good. It's all good. We still love you, man.
before your acting career took off, you modeled, correct?
Yeah. I had Calvin Klein jeans and underwear for about 8 years. I traveled all over the world.
What is
All over the world.
What? Look at her.
All right.
Nikki,
All right.
Look at Nikki, man.
Starting up.
Alice just
Nick, is
sitting there
that
looking
you?
at me like waiting for the reaction. I already knew that. I already knew.
See how you do it, brother.
I mean, I can't even lie. I was just
See
thinking
how
in
you
my
do.
head like Calvin Klein. That bring a different caliber. At least it wasn't
Yeah,
no Fruit
right.
of the Loom model.
Right.
No, that's what I'm saying. So he modeled.
Yeah.
He modeled before acting. I mean,
Well,
some of us didn't know that. Some of us didn't know that.
Yeah, I
You know,
think that's
that was an interesting story as well, because I have been trying to get an agent in New York for the longest time, and it just wasn't happening. And then what happened was I had a really good friend of mine. He was actually my best friend at the time, Walter Quick. And he went down to South Africa to work because it was a new booming industry there. And back then it was the hub of commerce pretty much for the continent at that point in time. So he was supposed to give me and my homeboy Theartha a call because we dropped him off at the airport. Like soon as he got there to South Africa, he was supposed to give us a call because, we were all whitewashed. We didn't understand what was really going on over there. We only heard about the negative, very exploitative when it comes to South Africa. A lot of folks don't really know about how wonderful it actually is. Anyway, this fool calls me like 4 months later and he says, Jay, you need to get here yesterday. So I packed up everything and I was out within about 2 weeks. Now, I went for a 3-month contract and I booked Calvin Klein after a month.
Wow.
And then I started working internationally, and then that just segued into other things. And I was a VJ for a while, actually.
Okay,
for a
well,
program called Channel O Music Television.
Okay, well, we can't get your whole biography because you have done a lot, but we
Yeah.
definitely appreciate you being
No,
on
we
the
do.
show.
We do.
And we will catch you on Netflix and on the big
He
screen.
just wanted to hear about the CK.
No, I don't. We gotta go.
I'm trying to get to the bag.
See how you do.
Al been in the gym. Get the Calvin Klein information.
I'm gonna
Jay,
Out in the gym now. What happened?
we're not
What
even
happened?
doing it. We're not even.
He's not
doing
in the gym now. He's been in the gym.
Jaden, thanks so much for being on the show. We can't wait to see you in the next. He's on the set all the time, so I know you have something new coming
Yeah.
out. So we will definitely check it out and support you.
Well, he need to let us come on the set when we're in LA.
Well, we can. We will.
We gonna hit him up.
They have a no.
I hope
bald-headed
so,
black
yeah.
November the
we'll
7th, we be
definitely
back.
do
Me
so.
and Nikki will be in LA on November the 7th, so we gonna look you up when we get there.
Please do. We'll definitely hang out, grab some drinks. And
All
stuff, all right.
Yeah, because Nikki can drink. Well, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
Nikki?
my gosh, we gotta go.
Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show, and we're at that segment we call Hot Topics. Look at
And
you.
it's hotter than hot.
Hotter than hot. You got to hold the microphone like this.
Hot topics.
There you go.
That was kind of genius. I liked it.
It was from.
Hot
Hot
Pockets.
Pocket.
We know.
Yeah.
I mean, it still was.
We all
cute.
know Hot Pockets. What's your favorite Hot Pocket?
I've never had a Hot Pocket.
Oh, my God.
I know what mine is.
We're back to the nastiness of 7. So Kanye will not quit. He's been with Trump. He's hung out with Trump, and now he has gone to have an official sit down with Trump at the White House.
Oh, my God.
So, I just want to know what's going to make him stop. I want him to stop.
Care? Why do we care?
Because it just so what Trump comes out and says now, because Kanye is at the house, Kanye's at the house, is that this is going to help him get the black vote. And I'm so irritated by the whole situation.
So this is the question I got.
Okay.
is Trump using Kanye or is Kanye using Trump?
I think they're using each other.
This
No,
is the
because
statement
he can't use each other because he's not going to gain black votes
This is the
by
statement I
having
have.
Kanye in his camp.
No one cares.
Exactly. That's
Here's
what
the
I'm saying.
thing, and this is why. Like Al said, Kanye is not going to sway the black vote
At all.
But then that's my question. Like, really, how is this helping Kanye? I mean, we're talking about him, but we're not talking about him
Exactly.
favorably.
Well,
It doesn't matter. He's on
Kanye
every.
said something when he first got into the fashion world when he went off on Sway that
and you
time.
better use some air quotes with that one.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but what he was speaking of is how certain artists are given endowments to create. And that's what he is trying to transition into, that level of wealth where he is talking to the Medicis and the Rockefellers and those people who give you money with no expectation of return. They just want you to create art. Yeah, that's what Kanye's doing, and he's going to do that. With Trump. He gonna scratch the surface at least.
Yeah.
But Trump is not going to get anything.
Trump ain't getting nothing.
And I would really be disappointed in mankind or the American people, period, if he gets a second term. I'm already pursuing dual citizenship. I'm already preparing
Where
to
we
leave.
going?
Yeah, don't worry about it, because I don't
You don't want nobody to know.
I don't want them to reference nothing I done said to find me. I'm out. But definitely, if he gets a second term, it would definitely expedite things.
Well,
for
we've
me.
got Reverend Jamal Bryant coming on. He's going to help us power up. We're going to talk about voter registration. That's a little bit later in the show. But and just real quickly, Cat Williams, like, will the crazy ever stop? Like,
No.
He's got 9 kids at home. Why does he keep getting arrested?
Cat is
What
just,
is it?
Cat just crazy. He just, I don't know. Maybe he's mad. He's just mad. He's mad about something. Maybe he's mad about Kevin Hart's success.
Well, he's out. So he got out in Oregon, and they thought they were going to extradite him to Georgia, but he did. He circumvented that. But Cat is such a nice guy. It's like if you ever sit and talk to him one-on-one, he's like so gentle and calm and laid back, and then you look up and it's just all sorts of chaos.
I don't think that. When I see Cat and I watch what Cat is doing, Cat seems to be unapologetically honest, and I
agree with that.
It's abrasive to people, and when I say honest, I mean full out honesty. What he feels is what he feels. He is not absent of reproach. Does he apologize to Tiffany Haddish? I thought that was huge of him. I'm still trying to get past why he fought the little boy in the park at the apartment complex that time. He took an L, but he took his L like a man. He stood again. Then the lady husband run up on him. He got a gun. Cat running the store. I like Cat Williams. I like what he does.
Oh yeah, I like
him
him
a
too.
lot.
But it's just, why do you keep getting in trouble? Why you keep going to jail? Sooner or later, you gonna go to jail. You ain't gonna
I'll
come
say
out.
this.
You ain't gonna come out.
I'll
It just
say
happens.
this. I'll say this. Cat has not done one thing to the severity that our president has done.
No, you got that right.
And he's not been arrested. So Cat Williams ain't no topic.
Well, the problem with that is
No,
you got.
Cat is a topic.
you
We
got-
can talk about Cat.
Cat is black, and our president is white. Well, he's orange,
But there are a lot of celebrities in trouble, and we're going to talk more about that coming up next. So
Is that
just stay tuned.
is that a new race? Orange. You got black people,
Orange
white
is
people.
Orange is the new black.
More of the Al Rucker Show on the way.
Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show, and we have one of the actors from the movie Canal
Street. Yeah,
Canal
it is like
Street.
a Canal Street takeover because we had one of the producers, we had the director, and now we have one of the stars, Giovanni Watson. Welcome to the show.
Yo, what's up? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
We doing pretty good, pretty good.
Good. Tell us a little bit about your role in Canal Street. We talked with Ryan earlier and the Bishop about like the impact and some of the social implications. Tell us about your role and why it was important that you be a part of this film.
Well, I played a character named LaShawn. LaShawn plays like the older brother figure. Not too much older than LaShawn, than May May and Coley, played by Bashir Gray and Woody McClain, but he's a guy that's been in the streets. He kind of has a police record, he's slanging, a little something on the side just to put money in his pocket and feed his family. But ultimately, he's making sure that Coley and May don't go down the same road he did. So he makes sure, like, he picks them up for school in the morning, drops them off, tries to keep them out of trouble. So he's like the bigger brother, slash father figure to the two other kids.
Was it ironic for you to star in a film like this, especially in the times that we're in, as we look at some of the violence that's happening and the racial tension?
No, I mean, if I could be a part of something that can, help people get more awake and more woke and, be more attentive to what's going on in the world, I'm all for it. So no, it wasn't ironic at all. I thank God for the role, and I hope that I get more roles just like this that can be a message to people out there that's going through this thing we call life.
So this is your third movie. How long have you been in the business?
I've been acting since I was in kindergarten. I played Martin Luther King in the play and in kindergarten. But I did a 12-year professional run, dancing professionally, dancing for like Chris Brown, Omarion, Beyonce.
Wow. Oh, he's a dancer.
Yeah.
Dancer.
So I went from that, and then the acting has always been my first love. So professionally, I've been doing acting professionally about 4 years now. Got a lot of projects coming out, but I think this is one of my favorite ones right now.
He sounds like the bishop, but I don't think he's supposed to sound like the
Giovanni
bishop.
sleepy. He tried to shake it off.
Yeah.
He tried to shake it off.
I just flew in from Houston, man. Houston showed me so much love.
Yeah,
man, they showed me so much love.
Explain the love.
Yeah, what kind of love did you get?
Don't do it. It's a trap, bro. H-Town. H-Town be lit.
I just didn't want to leave, man. I hate that I had to fly in for just a day. I went out to a little spot with some homies that I knew out there, and people recognized me from the show I host called Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually Floyd Mayweather's show, and they noticed me from that. So they showed me love, embraced me, bought me a ton of drinks. So I'm feeling
That's
it.
why your voice sound like that.
That's why his voice.
That's why your voice sound like that.
I do sound like Bishop, though.
You do.
You sound like a bishop.
Yeah, you sound like Bishop a little bit.
G, where are you
You
from?
have to understand that God is
I told y'all.
No,
I
man.
told you.
G, where are you from originally, bro?
I'm originally from Gary, Indiana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he from
Wow, yeah.
Michael Jackson.
You know about being in the
Nah,
streets.
y'all always say that. Gary, man, let me tell you something. Either Mike, them, the Jacksons were some real hood people, or they were just in the wrong place, bro. Because if you ever been to Gary, it ain't nothing cute about Gary.
Well, of course you saw. Look at Joe Jackson.
True.
Nothing is
gotta
cute
have-
about
You gotta
Gary.
have a bullet.
Yeah.
You gotta have a bulletproof weave living in Gary.
Yeah.
A bulletproof condom, bulletproof purse.
Everything. So look,
That's
I'm looking
funny.
at the flyer and I say, dude, look like he really he not doing a whole bunch of acting. Like he might really be like, kind of thuggish in real life. And then I ask you the question. I'm from Gary. Yeah. You probably been to jail before. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I have. You know what? What's so dear to me about this film is because it's one of my favorite bodies of work is because I have been wrongfully convicted of a crime I didn't commit, and I spent some time in jail. And
what were you wrongfully convicted of?
You don't have to say.
Domestic violence.
Oh, domestic
You don't
violence.
have to say.
I said it all.
I'll say it. Domestic violence. I was accused of doing something to a woman, which I didn't do because she was, caught up in her own world of not getting the picture that, look, I don't want to be with you. So she started stalking me, and then, the stalking turned into, okay, well, since you don't want to be with me, I'm gonna get your attention. I'm gonna tell the cops you did this. And
Well, let
what
me
I
give
did.
you that. Let me give you that, bro, for future reference. You always call the police first. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I'm telling you. Like,
I learned that
what
the hard
happened
way,
with
Jack.
me. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, chick gonna tell me one day, I can't believe you called the police on me. I said, is that what you thought, darling? I called the police on me. It was to help secure your safety and escape.
I
Right.
learned something about you
Right.
every time you open up your mouth. I really do. Giovanni, thank you so
And
much
I
for.
learned-
Go ahead.
And I learned also, you just can't be giving all these girls that good medicine, if you know what I mean. So
Okay. Well,
you know.
Canal Street will be out Martin Luther King weekend. Thank you, 2019. Giovanni, thank you so much for being on the show.
You can't be giving him the
Thank you
magnanimous.
so much. Please, guys, go watch this movie. Help get the word out. 1/18/19 in theaters across the nation. Please, guys, and please go register to vote. This film will help you want to go vote, too. So just please go support us. Thank you.
Right. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Good talking to you.
We've got Ask Al on the way, Out Front with Nikki Woods, and
Ooh.
Ass of the Week.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, I thought we were magnanimous
Okay.
medicine.
I was about to say strap. Got to follow us on
We
strap.
don't have that. All of that and more. Lots coming up on the Al Rucker Show.
Cool.
And puzzling.
Bye-bye, y'all.
Thank you, Giovanni. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Tune back into the Al Rucker Show. This is Al Rucker himself. You got Nikki Woods and you got Seven the Poet.
Say, man, look.
And we had a segment we call Ask Al, which happens to be my favorite segment.
Yes.
You can only guess why.
Because it has your name in it. That's why.
So what we got going on, nigga? Who needs our help today?
It says, Dear Al, last week my 13-year-old daughter came home with an interesting homework assignment. She has to write an essay on her nationality and her culture. I am black. Her father is European, so she has a mix of both of our features physically, but culturally there's nothing remotely black about her speech, friends, style, or interest. I have an issue with that, but we'll get back to that. I have to admit she seems to identify more with the white side of her family, and she even asked me point blank whether or not she should say she's black or whether she should say she's white on different occasions. I am a proud black woman, so I'm struggling with giving her my thoughts on this homework assignment. I feel the implications of her identity go beyond this homework assignment. Al, what should I say? Am I reading too much into this, or is 13 simply too young to have a conversation with her on race and identity? Put your hand down, Seven. Signed, Identity Crisis Online Listener.
I think at the end of the day, our online listener, that's her fault. Because if she's black and the dad's white, technically, the daughter's white.
No,
Because
she's
you are.
not.
No, you are what your father is.
No.
Yeah, you is. Okay, so tell me what Barack was.
Scientifically.
Why is Barack black? Because
Scientific.
his daddy's black.
He.
You are what your father is.
No, you are not. You are
Who
what
said
the
that?
dominant race is. And in this country, if you have a drop of black blood, you are considered black.
Who told you that?
The biology teacher sitting at the table.
I ain't never seen that. I ain't never heard that.
The biology teacher sitting at the table.
So you a biology teacher,
Yes, I taught biology.
and you basically telling me it doesn't matter. So if the mama's black and the daddy's white, then you black.
Turn his mic off. Listen.
No, I'm serious.
The based on what science tells you, where the gene pool is concerned, the dominant gene on the entire planet is of the African race. Period. It is the most dominant gene. Our hair is dominant. Our eyes are dominant. Our limbs, everything, all of.
But I think there's a bigger question here. I
No.
mean, I think for her as the of a mixed race, her accepting all that she is and really coming up with her
But I think
own identity.
But
It's
the
the
mom
mom.
having a question, though. The mom having a question because the mom feel guilty. Listen,
Yeah, it's
in
the
the letter,
mom
the
fault,
mom
though.
said, the mother said in the letter that their daughter has no sign
signs
of
of
black
black
culture.
in- yeah.
Not in her friends, not in her style, not in her dialect.
Yeah.
Now you're challenged and you feel guilty because you realize you've not given your daughter enough culture.
She ain't did that.
Let the daughter identify as a white chick and send her to see Trump.
There
Okay,
you go.
but the issue I have is like, well, what is black dialect? So you have to speak a certain way for it to be black?
It's not how you talk, Nikki.
Every black person is
Clearly, and I
bilingual.
don't
Every
have-
black
and I'm
person is
not mixed.
bilingual. Every black person is bilingual.
Well, I'm
you
mixed,
speak
but-
street and you speak interview. You do.
Would you like an
Not
example?
every black person. Some people.
Every black person
No,
got
not
two
everybody.
dialects. You
Not
got
Nick,
street.
I've heard you try to speak street.
I
It didn't
heard
go
you.
well.
It didn't go right.
Exactly. So I don't
But
have
you
two
tried.
dialects.
You,
But that doesn't
it's a
mean I
little
can
rough.
do it.
I speak Spanish, but I ain't that good at it. But I do speak it.
I can speak Spanish too.
Exactly.
Hola.
Exactly.
All I'm saying is that let us just let her be who she is. I agree with you, though. I think that the mother should.
Dos momentos.
I think that thank you. I think that the mother should.
It's the mother's fault.
The mother should be more proactive in making
should.
sure that she shares her culture. You know,
She
just
should.
like when your mom is like, my mom is Jamaican. Like, so she spent a lot of time making sure that we understood that piece of
Like
it.
when your mama told you couldn't get dreads and not be a Rasta.
Exactly.
And you got them now?
I do not.
What is that? What's
They're
that?
just braids.
It's
All
just-
your mama hard work for you to get to LA and
We gonna
become a
have to get you
Rasta.
help. We have to get you some help.
It's braids. It's
it's just-
dreads.
it's just- they're
I
not
call
dreads.
it whatever. I
What
call it.
beautiful girl to be in the hotel crying
It's
the
the mama's
prize
fault.
out.
It's
Well,
the
I
woman's
do.
fault.
I do agree with her, but I also think that we should just let this little girl live her life. Let her be who she wants to be,
The
Yeah,
little
she
girl
gon-
didn't write the letter. Her
She
mama
gon-
did.
Yeah, her mama.
and that's my advice to the mom. Let her be her own person and who she is.
So let her be white.
She's
Hell, the mom white.
no the mom.
She is.
She is.
Because there's no way you
Exactly.
could be around your mama like that. And she said no,
No.
sign.
At
I
all.
feel like we have gone back to 1950.
No, we
I
went
really
to
do.
1950 because we
How?
went to 1950. Then I'm gonna start saying something else, but it's the mama's fault at the end
All
of the day.
Listen,
Well, we
the
want-
mama
you said
white
your-
and the daughter
you said
white
your mother. You said your mother did a good job of exposing you, right?
She did.
Okay.
because she was proud of her
This
race
lady said her daughter has no sign
at all.
of black culture outside of her skin. And
The
her
mom ain't proud of her race. Yeah, it is. Mom ain't
All right.
secure
I
in her
think
race.
that's a
Her
little
mom is not-
harsh.
It ain't. The mom ain't secure in her race. You marry a white guy, which ain't nothing wrong with that. If that's what you like that. But then you have a child by this white person, but you don't take you don't teach your child none of your culture, none of who you are. You cannot be proud of who you are.
Okay. And I said the two words in front of that were important. I said, I think it's a little bit harsh, but that's okay. You're entitled to give your advice because what is the name of the segment?
Hot topic.
Ask Al.
Ask Al. It is brought to you by Primacy Wines. You can learn more about how to support Primacy Wines online at.
www.premicywines.com.
All right. Yeah, you saw that.
Thought
Little,
you had a little bit too much primacy there, like you
No.
have you had it?
often.
Yeah. It's the bomb. So we got a lot more coming up, including out front. We're going to talk about Kavanaugh being confirmed to the Supreme Court and the implications, Brett, and the implications that's going to have not just for African Americans but women because of his history. So we're going to talk about that. All of that is on the way on the Al Rucker Show.
Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show. And Nikki, we got a special guest online.
Well, we have been watching him since he was 12.
I know.
Can you believe it?
Time has flown.
Time has flown by. He kind of, burst onto the scene, as they say, as he shattered the competition on the first BET Comedy Talent Search coming to the stage. Since then, Lil JJ has continued to shine in Hollywood as an actor, comedian, and overall entertainment. He's got a ton of stuff coming. I got like 2 pages worth of stuff that he has going on. But he is also being cast as a new addition to MTV's and Nick Cannon's Wild and Out Season 12. Welcome to the show, Lil JJ.
What's up? What's up?
You're supposed to get a burst of applause.
I just want to let y'all know, because I know you said y'all been watching me since I was a kid. I've been watching y'all too now. I've been keeping my own, you grown folks, all these years.
So what has it been like having been in the business since you were 12?
Well, it's been fun for me, like, just seeing and meeting everybody, getting a chance to tour and make people laugh and not be in class. Even though I had to do like school on the road, it was fun, like, to not have to go to school.
Right. So you had like a tutor that traveled with you?
Yeah, well, when I worked on different sets, they had like set teachers, and then also, I started with my PE teacher, so he was a teacher, so I always had a teacher with me.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. That's
Got your exercise in on the road.
Everything, that's why I'm ready. I'm ready for the world. I tried to be a boxer. I got hit 2 times and changed my mind.
You tried to be a boxer?
Yeah, I tried everything.
That is hilarious.
That's a real entertainer right there.
What?
JJ, wait. JJ, how much you weigh? Right now.
You know what? Right now, I'm probably about the same size as Floyd Mayweather.
Nah, you ain't no one. What is that? What's that weight?
Like 155?
What's that, about $150?
Yeah.
$150.
You about $150?
That's
About
funny.
$150.
Oh, I don't
I
give
tried
you
to
that
play
one.
football. I said I was gonna go.
You're going to
Boy.
go pro? You
He had big dreams.
Hey.
can't even get
He
it out.
had big dreams.
Traveling with your coach misled you. That boy thought he was a real athlete out here, man.
So and you're doing comedy. You have big dreams. You're acting. You're gonna star in Coins for Christmas. Also doing a musical, with Snoop Dogg,
Yeah,
Redemption of
yeah.
a Dog. Which one do you like best? I mean, can you pick one? Like if you had to do one of them for the rest of your life, which one would it be?
What Well, you know, what's crazy is that all of them got their pros, you know, as far as when it comes to, like, you know, doing Wild 'N Out is improv. So we all having fun. I'm getting a chance to really get crowd interactions and, like, just, you know, just have that excitement with other comedians and artists. And, you know, it's just young and fun. And then with, like, Coins for Christmas, that's an actual film. So, you know, I got a chance to work with Essence Atkins and Stephen Bishop. So it's like we're on set, you know what I mean? You running your lines, they shooting it, and, you know, it's cool. But this play that we're doing called Redemption of a Dog with Snoop, it's a whole different beast. Like, it's fun because, yeah, you got all these different elements of music and dance and just, like, you know, the funnest part to me is, like, hearing the crowd, like, yell out stuff during the play because, they, you know, it's like being in the movie. So, you know, and they be like, no, you got to put that down.
So can you sing a little something for us?
Can I sing?
Mm-hmm. Just a little something
from the play.
Oh Lord! You got the recorder on. We got the recorder on.
Right there to let you know that my next note was going to be all messed up.
I see. You cleared that throat.
Nah, Jay. You know what I thought you was finna hit the.
I was gonna hit that with one of them la 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 la.
Say, but how did they choose you for that role?
So I got the audition. I was actually traveling to Chicago, and they sent me the audition to audition for the play, and I actually didn't have nobody to read with. I was, like, stressing out about, like, yo, I don't know if I fit this role. I was like, I'm on the road traveling. I'm probably not going to get it anyway. And, you know, it was just something I felt like God was continuing to, like, open the door and push me to be like, no, just get it done the best way you can get it done and give it your all and send the tape in. And I was able to do it. It was last minute, but I sent it. And then they asked me if I was in LA, and I was like, nah, I'm in Chicago. And they was like, oh, okay, well, we have to get back with you because we don't know. I jumped right on the flight, flew to LA, and I was at the
You were like knocking at the door, like, I'm here.
Nah, I was there. I was like, I'm in LA, actually. They was like, oh, we thought you said you were in Chicago. I said, yeah, but now I'm in LA. And I was able to go to the table read, go straight to the table read.
Wow.
But the table read was like my audition.
Wow.
Now, is this your first play?
This is my second play. My first play I did was with Monique. We did Barbershop Live. And we kind of, like, brought the whole beauty shop, barbershop scene to life.
Cool.
And we did that back in February. So that was pretty dope. It was with Reggie Ballard, Alan Payne. It was a gang of people on that play. So this is my second play. But this year has been, like, my play year because I've never done plays before.
Now you still touring with stand up?
I am, yes sir. I've been on that stage and, you know, getting back to the roots and just, you know, being able to make people laugh. Me and the microphone.
You and the microphone. That sounds like a stage play. Just me and the microphone.
we ought to write that down.
we gonna write a stage play for you.
We're gonna write that down. We're gonna write another stage play.
So how can they find out more about you? And I mean, I know you're huge on Instagram and some of the social media platforms. Where do you want people to connect with you?
I mean, I do most of my interactions on Instagram, which is IamJLewis, IamJYLEWIS.
Most of your interactions.
Yeah, most of my interactions and stuff, like with people in DM. I'm all in DM, so you know what I'm saying. Feel free to jump in mine because I will jump in yours.
You're so crazy. Funny. Now, real quick before we get you off the line. Now, you and Lil Duval are gonna forever be connected, correct?
For me and Duval?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about the situation with me and Lil Duval is that a lot of people think me and Duval was on coming to the stage together, and Duval, me and him wasn't even on the same show.
That's what everybody thinks.
Nah, Duval, you know, that's rolling. Like, Duval came way before I got in the industry. Like, I grew up watching Duval. Like, back when, remember the comic view?
Yeah, but you never know. Everybody always compared him to.
Duval did that, girl, I know this might seem strange. Y'all remember that?
And you sang. We got him to sing. Well, we appreciate you hanging out with us. We're going to have to get you in studio so we can capture all of this on video so we can just see it all.
No,
live.
definitely. Because I want to come hang out and have fun. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
I'll bring some milk on ice and y'all bring the wine and we'll be fine.
We can do that.
All right, little JJ, we appreciate you.
All right.
It's pretty good. His career's still going as strong as it is.
Man, and he's just such a nice guy.
How old is he now, though?
I have no idea.
wonder-
But I saw they sent a headshot.
He's
He had
still
this
13.
He had this little sexy look. Like I was like,
Yeah.
you know you're not old enough to be throwing them looks like that.
But it's
So,
been a while, though. So, 12
He's
years old.
still 13.
You think
I think he's probably like 22, 23 now.
it's been 10 years? I thought
don't
it's been
know.
longer than
We'll
that.
figure it out. We'll figure it out and let you know. But we got more on the way. Al Rucker Show. We're definitely going to solve some problems. We're going to go out front with me. I have a special guest that we're going to talk to. And, of course, more music right here. Al Rucker Show.
I like when you go out front.
Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show. Why you looking at me like that, Nikki?
We're taking the show on the road.
We are?
We are.
What are we doing?
I'm so excited.
I am, too.
We are going to Northwestern University in
Natchitoches.
Natchitoches.
Yes.
Natchitoches.
Shouts out to Natchitoches, Shreveport, Bossier City,
Louisiana.
Homer, Northwestern State. We coming your way,
But this
baby.
is
Northern
actually-
Louisiana
this is
was
actually the
good.
first stop. Our first stop.
It is our first stop, but I am so excited that we're going to be road dogs. We're like traveling
We hit
together.
we hit the road.
Say, wait.
We
a
gonna
minute.
have some fun.
I want Nikki to say we're gonna be road dog. I want to say it one more time, please. I'm gonna put my headphones on.
And I'm going to say it exactly how I said it before. We're going to be road dogs.
We're gonna be road dogs. We're gonna be road dogs.
Send like road songs, and stuff like that.
It is, but I'm excited about the whole situation. This will be our first time doing a live. I'm gonna say taping, but you're gonna say different. We're gonna
No,
do
we're
the,
going to be live.
we're gonna do the show live in front of
We're
a
going to be
student
like,
body.
there's going to be people there. We're going to have food. We're going to be
Food.
hanging out. And check this out, Seven. We're going to be doing, it's called Learning Life Lessons Through Laughter and Love with the Al Rucker Show. And it's NSU Black Alumni Alliance that's helping us put this together. So
Yes.
it's going to be hot. That's going to be Friday, October
26th.
26th from 1 to 3.
You went where? What college?
Howard University.
You went to what college?
Florida State.
I am the only person who is,
Who is
equipped to talk about attending an HBCU in the South.
But this the crazy part.
So,
Northwest State, not at HBCU.
but the students are. Don't come for me.
But no, this the funny thing though. I'm excited about you're hosting the Greek show that night.
I am hosting the Greek show, Root to the Bros,
With
1911.
You and G.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
From
G?
Silk.
From Silk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty good.
It is going to be awesome. And we got to give some love to MC DJ Chris.
Yeah,
Go
MC.
MC DJ Chris.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. We're going to be in the Student Union Ballroom. We're going to go back to school together. We're going on the road and we're going back to school.
It's gonna be fun.
Nikki seemed like she'll help you with your papers, but she'll tell that you cheated.
No, I think Nikki be the one like, she be low on food, so you just take her food down there and give you your homework at the same
That's
time.
the wrong way. The girl's supposed to bring you food, bro.
I would never
I would
low
bring
on
her
food.
food. I would bring her food.
You heard what she just said. I would never low on
Well,
food.
at the end of the day, I'll be down at her dorm eating.
Yeah.
All the food up.
I was right next to the athletic dorm. They eat good. Like they, yeah.
Nikki,
What?
you telling too much.
I'm
'Cause
just saying. They
I
always
stayed
had
in-
food.
I was in athletics, and anybody that stayed next to our dorm,
Well, that's not true.
I'm gonna tell. I know how.
That's not true.
hey, look at that music. I love it.
Listen, when Nikki called me, first question out my mouth, who all over there? First question
That's
out my
still the
mouth.
first question out of your mouth.
Who all over there?
We got music from Drake, John Legend, LMA coming up. Also, Tigger featuring Offset with Taste. And we are going to power up with Reverend Jamal Bryant. All of that is coming up next on The Al Rucker Show.
Thank you. Tune back into the Al Rucker Show, and we're at the same we call Ass of the Week. And guess what? It's not a Trump.
Well, but it is in a Trump era. It is called Babysitting While Black. A white woman called the police on a black man as he was babysitting two white children. He documented, oh gosh, it was so cool. He documented the whole thing on Facebook Live. And in an exclusive interview, he said that the woman first stopped him in the parking lot of a Walmart and asked him if the children were okay. He said she then came back and asked if she could speak with them. When he said no, she called the police. And she followed him around. She just followed him.
She should be arrested.
Nah, that's crazy.
She should be arrested, bro.
No, he just
Yeah,
was in
nah,
no,
bro.
he just in the wrong neighborhood.
She should be arrested.
She should be arrested for making a false claim. I mean, I don't even understand how you just make the assumption because there is a black person with white children that there's some harm that's coming to these children. I mean, it's just insane to me.
I mean, and the thing is this. Well, let's get in your background. Let's say I do, as the caretaker, give you permission to speak to the kids. Are you safe? What does your background say?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Had I let you speak to the kids, would I have been waiting on a ticket for child endangerment too?
The only thing I can say is Carolyn Bryant. Carolyn Bryant.
Who is that?
The lady who accused Emmett Till.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for whistling?
They been lying.
And then came back and recanted after all them years later.
Yeah.
And he ain't do it.
And they still letting her walk. But
Yep.
Bill in jail.
Getting swole.
19.
Man, y'all terrible, bro.
Oh, that was
heard
cold.
Bill deserves to be in jail, so let's
cold.
not get it confused.
She don't?
I heard.
I'm not saying that
I heard
she's
Bill.
not. She doesn't.
I heard Bill getting slapped around with food. Somebody
He
slapped him
said
with
that's
a,
not true, that
somebody-
he's staying out of trouble.
Somebody slapped him with a hot dog.
He's still everybody's hero, man.
He is.
No, he's
Bill,
not.
yes, he is.
No, he's
a
not.
lot of people.
Why you, I understand why you say
he's
that.
not. He's
You will
not.
never
so-
take Fat Albert from
So
me.
basically,
Well,
so,
I mean, you said he's everybody's hero. I'm not
So
saying
question.
he's not your hero. I'm just saying he's not
okay. So
everybody's
so
hero.
question. Serious question. So all the things that a person, just say Bill, all the things that Bill may have done good for society, this one thing taints everything else he's done in life.
I think, yeah.
Okay, Nikki.
I think
What's
all
the worst
all
thing
the
you
black,
ever done?
All the black kids that he put and gave an education over at Temple University and all that stuff. All the money he gave to them to give
means
scholarships.
nothing.
Is his name on the building?
It doesn't matter.
They took it down.
took
I'm
it
just
down.
saying, is
But
his
I'm
name
saying-
on the
but I'm
building?
saying-
Nikki, what's
but I'm
the
saying
worst
for-
thing you
saying-
ever
But I'm
did
saying
in
for
life?
you as a person, does that taint everything that he does?
It does taint it. Does it make
Wouldn't-
it irrelevant? No.
What
Stop
is the
it.
worst thing you ever-
I never
So
drugged
you say
or
you
raped
just bleach.
anybody.
No, I didn't say that.
I never
didn't say that.
drugged or
I
raped
said,
anybody.
I asked you what's
You don't
the
have
So
to
it
worst.
drug
doesn't
or
matter
rape
what the
anybody.
worst thing I did.
So I'm
I've
saying,
never
so-
drugged or raped
Okay,
anybody.
so I'm
Neither
saying
have
so
I.
so
I didn't ask you what
so
the
the
worst
bottom
thing
line
is that
is
you've done.
so the
We're
bottom
talking
line
about
is
Bill Cosby.
so the bottom line is this: everything that he's done to help society is just washed away.
I'm not saying it's washed away. I'm saying it's tainted. It's not the same
Mm.
thing. I'm not saying it's just, aced out.
So
but I'm
what-
also saying that he's not everybody's hero.
Okay, so what's going to be Bill? So if you had to think, what is going to be Bill Cosby legacy? Right.
That
now?
he raped and drugged women.
So everything that he's done in the past is washed away.
I'm not. You're asking what his legacy is going to
Exactly.
be.
So-
this is what people are going to talk
So
about
I'm saying.
when he is.
So when we talk
gone.
about Bill Cosby,
Seven,
we're not.
don't shake your head
So when
at
we
me.
talk
They
about
not.
so when we talk about Bill Cosby, we're not
They're
going to
not
talk
what?
about.
They're not going to talk about that.
So we ain't going to talk about the good.
about
he
the
did?
fact that he's in jail.
They're not going to talk about that.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, they are.
Man, let me tell you something. If
Are they running Fat Albert?
No, they
Are
doing
they
that.
running the
Oh,
Cosby Show?
They're going to start.
I tell
running
you
that,
what
trust me.
though,
When them
I
law-
tell you
when the-
what
when the
though,
civil when the civil cases
the
come in,
president grab him and
When
he's
those
running
civil-
the country.
when no
And are
civil
you
cases
happy?
come in,
and are you
I'm done.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, because
Are you happy
we got
with
a pedophile running the country.
I'm not arguing that we have a pedophile running the country.
Trust
We're
me.
going to watch Fat
When
Albert
no-
and
when no-
the Cosby Show.
So all
When
the
those
good,
civil
all
cases
the
came.
good that Trump has done, all the money that he's given to
who?
whatever. Trump has given a lot of money. Trump has built
so you
and-
voted
and
for Trump? Sound like
you sit over there.
we,
Not
yeah, I
you.
know you gonna tell me
Trump
to sit over
gave
there
money?
now.
Who
Sound
Trump
like
gave
you.
money to?
Trump has given money
Kanye.
No, seriously, nigga, who Trump?
I
gave
am
money
sure that Trump has given money, if only for the tax donation. He has given money.
to who?
I don't know, but I can
said it so
guarantee
confident.
you, because I know he
So
has.
who did Bill write?
Rich white people give money away so that they can write it off their taxes.
So who did Bill rape?
He ain't raped that man.
What man?
The man.
Boy, she walked all the way down that rabbit hole
What?
by herself.
with bleach.
All right. Well, we are going to end this while I still like each and every one of you. But we're so grateful that everybody joined us for the show. We had a good show. It was
We
a
did.
Canal Street movie takeover.
Yes.
It will be in theaters on Martin Luther King weekend, which there's a hero. And so definitely support. We also we had some relationship talk with Stephen James Dixon, and then Tony Gaskins came by and talked to us about raising our standards 7. And so
Puzzling.
So we had a lot of fun. We're super excited that you joined us. We're going to talk about loaning standards
Yes.
on social media. So certainly follow us and join the conversation there.
Exactly. Everybody have a good day. Bye-bye. All right.
Bye-bye now. Al
I'm
Rucker
out.
Show.
Nice on you.
The Al Rucker Show.